Good morning to the leader in you. We are back for another edition today. And in this month of November, we are talking about being in alignment with your specific assignment. Sometimes we're on a journey, we're on a pathway, and we feel that we are not hitting our milestones. We feel that we're not hitting, pivotal moments in our life or progressing forward. And a lot of times that is because we're not in alignment with our specific assignment. And so we want to encourage everyone today. I want you to look at what you're currently doing professionally. What are you doing in your business? What are you doing if you're a leader of a nonprofit organization? I want you to look at, are you in alignment? So think about a car for a second. We know that there are times when we have to take our car to the mechanic and it has to get in an alignment. If not, the car can be wobbly. The car can be unstable. And sometimes that's how it is in our business. That's how it is in our leadership capacity. Things are not stable because we have our hands in too many pots. And we're trying to make shift and we're trying to transform into things that other people may think we should be or how we should be, or we're picking up assignments that's not even connected to us, and we're overworked. We're tired. We are stretched to capacity, and we are stifling the very gift that we are supposed to be exploring, the very gift that we're supposed to be exercising, the very gift that we're supposed to be walking out on a daily basis, yet we neglect that thing because we've taken on other things in replacement. So hopefully something that is said through this segment will stimulate you, will motivate you to want to be in alignment with your assignment and not worry about what other people are going to say. If you have to get to the point and say, you know what, at this point in my life, at this intersection, I need to take a pause. At this point in my life, at this intersection, this is not the pathway that I need to be flowing in. At this point in my life, at this intersection, I'm deciding to make a detour. How many of you are going to decide today to make a detour so you can be in an alignment with where you're supposed to be going? Sometimes detours are necessary. Sometimes we can be going down a particular path and we thought that was our path. And then one day we wake up and we take an assessment of our business. We may do a SWOT analysis and we may be like, oh my gosh, this is not what I set out to do. I'm so far off the beaten path. How do I get back on that path? Well, you got to make a detour. And there's no shame in making a detour. A lot of times we feel that if we started in a path, everyone knows this is what we're doing. How can I possibly change? Because people are going to know that I made a wrong decision, or people are going to think, oh my goodness, what? It doesn't matter what other people think. This is your life. And it makes no sense to waste it because of what other people are saying. And then you stay in a path just because you're staying in that path so nobody won't say, oh, they made a wrong decision. Listen, life is full of decisions. At this point in time, you're making a decision. This morning, you made a decision on what you were going to do this morning, how you were going to order your morning. You had to make a decision. But I tell you this, you don't want to waste your life stuck in a scenario or stuck in a situation where you know it is not your specific assignment, but you're just staying stuck in it. When you stay stuck in something that's not your assignment, you feel stifled. You are not growing, right? You're not growing. You're not moving forward. You're stagnant. So what I'm saying today is to get into a posture that you're ready to move into your ordained position. Sometimes we're staying stuck because we have not gotten to the place that we say, you know what, enough is enough. I am not going to continue to just do all these different tasks, but it has nothing to do with my purpose. It has nothing to do with my desire for my life. It has nothing to do with my destiny. I'm just wasting time. I'm just marking time. I'm just keeping busy. So this is going to be the end to the era of just keeping busy. This is the end. I'm going to say it again. This is going to be the end to the era of just keeping busy, but it's not your specific assignment. We have to get to the place that we are in sync, we are in tune to where we are going. And every single action step, every single thing that we do lines up, measures up. And when something is presented to you that has absolutely nothing to do with your destiny, absolutely nothing to do with your pathway that you're now on, you will be able to easily say, I'm sorry, I can't add that onto my plate. Not in this season. This season, me and what you're presenting to me does not match up. You don't have to be rude about it, but you have to clearly say, this does not match with my assignment. And sometimes you got to say it to yourself. I want you to think and reflect even after this segment is done. And I want you to sit to yourself and I want you to think about all the things that you have going on right now around you. Everything that you have your hands on, everything you're working on, everything you're doing, everything somebody might have put on your plate to do. And I need you to sit back and I need you to reflect and I need you to think, is this in alignment with my assignment? And I need you to write it down. And I need you to check off if something is in alignment, and I need you to put an X where it's not in an alignment. Any of the X's, then you got to start making a transition plan. Because sometimes we are entrenched in things. So I'm not saying you got to just pull out of things in abruptly or in a rude way. You know, it's ways to transition. You have to transition properly, right? So, but you got to start making your transition plan in place before January get here. You don't want to take any wasting time into January. Wasting time is energy. Energy that you're wasting, energy that is not in connection with your assignment. Don't take that into 2023. You can make the change now. Sometimes people say, well, I'm going to start making the change at the top of the new year. You can make the change now. So that way you can go into 2023 with momentum. What type of momentum do you want to have next year? It's all going to be connected to what you do November and December and how you transition this year before next year happens. Transition is not an easy thing, but transition is necessary. There's different places and spaces in our life that we have to make transition. You know, I love to go to the park, and I went to the park and I'm looking at the leaves falling down and I'm looking at the streaming of water. You know, it's different seasons. As the seasons change in the earth realm, it's always evolution. It's always changing. Why is there no change in our life? Why are we still stuck? As the leaves begin to fall, that's saying this season is shifted. It is shifting. And the colors on the trees are shifting. But sometimes in our everyday life, from one year after the next, it's the same thing. Why are we stuck in the same place year after year, year after year, year after year? No, this is going to be the time where we're going to rise up and say, you know what? No more. No more. I'm making a conscious decision to make a change now, not later. Now, not January, November, not January. Make the change now so I can thrust into 2023 empowered with a clear mindset, clear plan, clear strategy for how I'm going to move out. Listen, this is a very pivotal time for us all as we are growing, as we are developing, as we are building. So the question you have to ask yourself, what do you want to build in 2023? Between now and January, this is a very a time that you have to take assessments. It's a time where you have to put things in place, protocols in place, things in place for your business so that way you can be set up for success and not set up for failure for next year, right? It doesn't matter how low you are. It doesn't matter the different dynamics that's going on. I'm here to tell you that you can bounce back from anything that's plaguing you. You can bounce back from any challenges you're facing. You can bounce back from it all. There was a show that we did and it was called The Bounce Back. And that was in September. A whole September segment was about the bounce back. You can bounce back from whatever you've gone through, whether it be in your personal life, whether it be professionally, whether it be in your business. Maybe you're a civic leader and you have a charity organization. You can bounce back from whatever you have gone through, from whatever you have faced. Yes, you can bounce back. This is not your end. This segment today is a moment of inspiration, a moment of motivation to stimulate your heart, to stimulate your mind, to stimulate those creative juices in your mind that sometimes is locked away because life happens. But you don't have to allow life to staunch your growth. You don't have to let it limit your possibilities. I did a coaching session on Friday, and I was asking the entrepreneurs to write down their goals for next year. And I had told them while they were writing, because I could see some was hesitant, I said, take the limits off. Take the limits off. Sometimes we put limitations on ourselves because of what's going on around us, because of what we see, and we don't think that things are possible. Take the limits off. Go higher. So if you haven't written down your goals for 2023, I want you to break it down into 4 quarters. Quarter 1, 2, 3, and 4. What are your financial goals every quarter? What are your marketing goals, right? What are your branding goals? What are your goals for yourself personally? Personal development. What are your goals for personal development for next year? What books are you going to be reading? What knowledge are you going to be soaking up in your mind? What is it that you need to do to move forward? I'm going to say that again. What is it that you need to do to move forward? What additional knowledge do you need to have so that way your business can grow next year? So you can grow in your capacity. So you can grow in your knowledge base, right? We got to always stay growing. In order for our businesses to grow, the founder, the CEO, the leader of the company has to stay in a continuous state of growth. If a business is not growing, I'm telling you, 9 times out of 10, the leader of the business isn't growing. You can't grow a business if the leader isn't growing. That means that business is only going to reach a certain level, and it's going to cap out at the ceiling and won't go any higher. Sometimes we feel that our business has capped out and it's not growing. It's just existing. It's just existing. Well, I'm here to encourage you that you don't have to be in a state where you're just existing. Pick up a book, learn something. Listen, there's so many forms of education out there online that you can learn something new every single day. But I want you to be focused on. I don't just pick, sporadically. I want you to focus on a specific topic that's connected to your specific assignment. And I want you to take the rest of this year, 10 to 15 minutes, read something, watch an educational video, add it to your arsenal. 10 to 15 minutes is not going to take away a lot of time to continue to add to your level of knowledge pertaining to your specific assignment. Sometimes we've wasted a lot of times in spaces and places, and we look up and say, where has the time gone? Some may be saying, oh my goodness, we're in November already. The year is done. Where did the time go? You can reclaim the time this November and in December. You don't have to let it be for waste. You don't have to let it be for naught. You can still reclaim the time that we have left, but it's all in how you're going to use it. It's all in how you're going to use it. So I want to encourage you to focus on where you're going. For anyone that's in the Maryland area, I would love to invite you to an event we have coming up on December the 10th at 11 a.m. It is our holiday jazz brunch. It's going to be at 3000 Chestnut Avenue, Suite 100D, Baltimore, Maryland, 21211. We have a live jazz artist, a saxophone player that's going to be playing live. We're going to have brunch. We're going to have networking. It's going to be a great time. You don't want to miss it. For more information, 443-799-6529, or send an email to info@strategiccnetwork.com. Again, that's info@strategiccnetwork.com, and that number again is 443-799-6529. You don't want to miss it. You want to plug in. I just want to see everybody excel and move forward into the directions of your dreams. Don't allow anything to hinder you. Don't allow anything to stop you. Continue to move forward into the direction of your specific assignment. Gone are the days that we're just waking up and we're just doing so many things. We know how to multitask. We adding this to our plate and adding that to our plate, and we are overstuffed, and we're not being successful in any of the categories. Take some things off. Look at that list. Make the list. Check off the things that's in alignment and the things that's not, put an X to it, and then start making your transition plan. Start making it now. Don't wait till January. Start making it now. So that way you'll have the momentum, once again, to thrust into 2023 clear. You have a strategic plan. And for those that need assistance around strategic planning, organizational development, or maybe you need to do an end of the year financial review, I am a licensed life insurance broker. Send me an email, ct@katherinetrotter.com. I would love to work with you. If you haven't struggled around strategic planning and organizational development, I assist clients to create their business plans, their strategic outline, and nonprofits that need to get their 501c3 tax exempt status. Send me an email, ct@katherinetrotter.com. Know that the best is yet to come. This is not your end, and I'm going to see you at the top.